Welcome to Come Back with Erica Cobb, uniting a community of folks like yourselves who are getting ready and staying ready for their next chapter. So much on the lines of what we talked about last week in terms of coming back to putting yourself first. I also want you to think about coming back from shamefulness, because here's the thing, something really terrible happens in our lives and we feel so much shame, and then we go from shame to isolation. Why? Because we don't want the judgment. Of course we don't. A bunch of people talking about what they would do if they were in our shoes, knowing that they've never been in our shoes a day in their lives and never will be. Here's the thing, when I was going through my divorce and I felt so much shame from the pain, before, during, and after. And I started to isolate myself. And isolating ourselves is the worst thing we can do when we're feeling shame. Why? Because we start to believe all of the stupid stories that we made up in our head about who we've become. We start to believe that we're actually these crazy, non-empathetic, just do whatever we want, toxic people. And at the root of it, we aren't. And when we isolate ourselves, we also isolate ourselves from people who love us enough to bring us back to center. So if you are going through something super crazy, like you're in your 30s and you're getting a divorce, or you're getting a divorce at all, regardless of what your age is, there's so much judgment behind that. You know, the sanctified who want to talk about the holiness of marriage, yet they couldn't GPS their way to a church. Or how about people who want to give you all of this advice on relationships, but haven't had a relationship that lasted past 6 months in their entire lives? Yeah, isolate those people. Don't isolate the people who are trying to bring you back to center, and they're out there. So identify those people and come back from the shame, because you know what? F it, it's life. Come back, kids. If you have something you want to add to this, you can use the hashtag Come Back with Erica Cobb.